Officials and coaches, welcome to the Week 10 training tape. This is Monty Tilsner going through, I believe, a dozen plays that we've had from this past week. So, a wide variety of plays to look at. First couple here involve offensive holding. So, we're going to be looking at this player right here. And we started out with the double team block, and we know that double team block, the only way we're calling an offensive hold is if he breaks through that and then gets held from behind or gets taken down or it ends up a one-on-one block and then we have a regular hold. So as we continue, now it turns into clearly a one-on-one block and a takedown. He's throwing him down, you can see, and this allows our runner to get to the outside edge. So comment is positive yardage. This is going to be an offensive hold we want called. We're not going to wait until it gets all the way there, but right about now, we know that this is springing him for potential for a gain. So we're going to put a flag down, and if he ends up getting tackled for a loss, they'd probably decline that, but at least they'd have that option. So next one here again, number 75, and we can see here, it's judgment. Do we have a hook and turn? If so, it's a foul, or do we feel that he slipped and we do not have a foul? So if you take a look here in slow motion, you can see it looks like his feet are good. I think at this point he's already letting go after the hook, and now he goes down to the ground. So I don't think there was probably a slip there, but that's a judgment we need to look at. And if we do feel that he did slip, well, then we wouldn't have an offensive hold.
Probably too much.
Next play, we've got this is a real interesting one. Just remember that we need to know if that ball crosses the line of scrimmage or not. So let's just take a look at this play. Then we'll talk about some other things. So this ball goes up in the air, and it hits well behind. It's 5 yards behind, starts bouncing to the line, doesn't get there, is a yard short when the kicking team picks it up. And if that ball had never crossed the line of scrimmage, the kicking team can pick it up and advance it. Now they've got to make it to the line to gain, and he does make it to the line to gain. And then his forward progress is stopped, so this is when we want to be giving that clock stop the clock signal for first down. Remember, however, this is not like a normal running play because we did have a scrimmage kick, so we're going to be on the snap. So let's go back and talk about a couple other things. Let's say this ball bounces there and then goes beyond and then comes back. So it hit beyond and then came back. K can still pick it up, but it's going to be dead at that spot. So that's the big difference. That ball had crossed the line of scrimmage at any point. When K picks it up, it's going to be dead. So we just got to know the differences in those rules. Next play, we've got dead ball officiating. Just this is exactly where we should be looking, but it's just really important that we are looking here because this action right here you're going to see, and who's going to see it? The umpire. He sees it right now, and he's got to trust his crewmates that he's going to get picked up by this guy. I wouldn't blame the umpire if he would stick with this for a little bit, but he does turn and get on the regular action. But our backside wing picks this up, and this is nothing. It's not horrible. It's just a push, but this is way out in the open, and that's one we actually have to flag. All right, so good judgment on this. Being the UNS, definitely. Toss the flag. Remember, we've talked about flag tosses before, so let's take a look. It's a dead ball foul. So dead ball fouls, we don't want to throw. We want to throw them up in the air. So looks like our deep wing and our short wing both got that. Those are ones, if you're close enough, just crank that baby up in the air. If you're coming from the deep spot, yeah, you're going to get some air under it and throw it towards that foul. You're not going to just chuck that straight up in the air as a deep wing. You're going to toss it into that area. But remember, we do need to be very careful that we don't, throw too close or hit players with our flags. Okay, change of possession, reverse mechanics. We do a really good job here. We just everything just flips. So right now you can see we've got our short wing who is now backpedaling to get to that goal line. We got our deep wing, Rocket, who's going to be rocketing in here to get this spot. There he is. Stay in the white there, Rocket. But you can see he does a nice job of coming down and getting that spot. So excellent job. And again, this is one where a short wing, if he's a long ways away, you might just be hollering at, at him or get on the hotel and say 19-19, so he knows where that spot is if he's trailing it from a little ways. Next one, blocking out of bounds. We have had 2 or 3 of these this year, so we've done a good job. We need to get these. These are ones that really incite a lot of roughness. So we're good here with the block. Right now he's got to let him go. Okay, so when 4 feet get out of bounds, just let him go. Don't continue to block. Well, he definitely continues to block. Okay, so we've got a foul. And comment is, we know why you're coming in here, but if you see your short wing is coming down the field and you see that your short wing has it, then go ahead and let him take it so you can stay with the players in the football. And if we go to the reverse angle here, we can see that we do have our short wing right now. So Rocket sees this and he's coming down. But if you see right now, you see your short wing who's right here starting to come and get it, then go ahead and let him have it and just continue to officiate the play. If you see that ball's rolling like that, you definitely can forget about the ball and go get that out of bounds because your back judge or deep, backside wing can. But if you've got action around that football, then we would need you to stay with that if at all possible. Okay, so this one here, we got a warning for illegal formation. That's a good warn. He's right on the edge there. He's back, but not egregiously back. So that'd be a great warn. Next, I don't know if it's next play or not, but we already had a warn. So obviously this one is going to be a foul because we already had a warn. I would say this one, this one's a foul without a warn. If you haven't had a warn yet, I mean, this guy is probably a foot behind the butt of that center. So that's one you could flag without a warn. But if you warned them, that's 100% a flag. So go ahead and get that one. Okay, we got 12th guy running off the field. Deep wings, you got the best judgment. Remember, in order for it not to be a foul, he needs to be out of bounds. Out of bounds means he has touched out of bounds. Out of bounds is not that he's leaping from inbounds to out of bounds. He needs to be all the way and have a foot out of bounds. So in this case, he is definitely not out of bounds when this ball gets snapped. H, you can't be looking at this. You got the line of scrimmage. But if you can see plain as day that he's in front of you, well, then you can have a flag too. Our deep wing definitely would have it. We would not have one from our other deep wing. We would not have one from our back judge. Back judges, you'll get a flag for 12 man if they're basically numbers. If they're outside the numbers, you're not going to have a flag. It's just going to be the deep wing. At the numbers or inside of that, then you can tag team on that and get that flag. Oops, sorry. I forgot we got more action on this one. So good job here by our referee of working on shutting this play down and trying to keep this guy up. Unfortunately, they decided to dump him, and that's 100% a foul. Great job. That's what we need from our referees is to protect not only our quarterbacks, but this is that's 100% a foul, one that we need to get because it helps to keep things clean in the game. All right, we've got IDP. Just remember, by IDP, these are the foul that we get incorrect more often than any other foul at all levels of football. So just be careful. So this one here, you can see our snap was from whatever the yard line that was, but 2 past the 5, right? 2 past whatever that is. And then we are definitely 3+. And if I go slow motion, when that ball gets released, this guy is at 4, working on 5. So that would be far enough for IDP. All right. We're going to have another IDP play here. And in this one, again, we snapped from, it looks like 2 beyond the 10-yard line in this case, pretty easy to tell. In this case, so we're at the 12. This guy's at the 15 right now. Ball's just getting released, and he's pushing that 16-yard line. He's a good 4+ downfield. So, definitely beyond 3. Gets a little bit of leeway because that block started line of scrimmage. But if he's definitely beyond 4, then we would support IDP. Remember, just don't nitpick it. If you're like, I'm not sure if he's at 4, well, then don't flag it. He's got to be beyond 4 yards before we want to think about throwing for IDP. If we have an RPO, then we're going to call that a little tighter, which we've already discussed. Okay, next play, we've got blocking with the waist, taking out the lead blocker, and so let's watch it and then I'll talk about it. So we got our lead blocker there, and we can only go low on the ball carrier. You cannot go low on a blocker and say you're trying to get through him to the ball carrier. That doesn't work. You can only go low on the runner. And here's the thing. If they're intending to go low, then they're buying the foul. Okay, just remember it that way. So there's 2 ways they block. They block above the waist, which means he's going to hit this guy in the chest, okay? Or they go low. This guy's going low. I mean, that's a foul. So you will be supported if you call that a foul for blocking below the waist, because he is not taking that guy and blocking him. He's trying to go low, and he's trying to go through him low to get to the runner, and that's a foul. So you would be supported on that. Let's take a look at who could get this. Maybe the referee, but the referee's he's looking through a lot of stuff here. He's probably just coming off this block, and now he's getting to this, and he's looking right through the runner. If we get our arrow going here, here's his look right through that runner. He might not have a good look at it. Short wing, obviously, you have no, you have not, I mean that's your first block, right? Deep wing, deep wing. This guy's not past the line of scrimmage yet. So if you think that quarterback is definitely running, then that would be the block you would get. But if he's still kind of looking around as he's running and maybe going to pass it, then you need to stay with the action on your receivers. So short wing for sure, possibly the deep wing, maybe the referee. But this is one that would be supported if we had a flag down. That's it, I believe. Yes. All right, shortest one all year. It means we're doing a great job. Keep working hard. We got 2 regular season games left and then playoffs. So stay after it in the rule book. All these games are important for getting the end of the year. It's going for placing in the conference, potentially playoff, teams as well. So keep working hard. Just dress warm, but stay focused in those games. And we will, I believe, talk to you again next week.